Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show, only on WBFT, brought to you by First Bank. And by Zaxby's Friends Family Flavor, with your host, Chris DeLambert, only on the WBFT NFHS Sports Network.
Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris DeLambert. With me, the marketing director for Zaxby's, Hector Perez. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much, man. It's the beginning of the week, man, but I'm looking forward to it. Should be a busy week at least.
All right, you told me before we came on how many days you've worked straight.
Yeah,
It's kind of bad for you.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think you need a vacation.
I will in a week, but you know what? I'm young and I love to work, so yeah.
I like
that's
that
the
attitude.
best part.
I like that attitude. So I ask you every week what's going on with Zaxby's.
Nothing new. I know for a fact, tomorrow we're doing a free sandwich meal for the new sandwich. So we're giving out the free sandwich meal all day, the TLC and the smoky sandwich.
All right, let me get that straight. If I come by Zaxby's, you're just going to give me a chicken sandwich?
Yeah, it's a chicken sandwich free all day tomorrow.
Stewart, you got that?
I got it.
All right, so free chicken sandwiches at Zaxby's tomorrow. And which sandwiches are those?
The TLC and the smoky sandwich.
So what if I want one of both? Do I have to choose?
You're going to
one
have
or
to
the other?
choose,
All right.
man. You're going to have to choose. But my favorite so far is the smoky. Some people like the TLC. I prefer the smoky.
Okay. So I know you rolled those out a couple weeks ago. How they've been received so far?
They've been received pretty well. Our Sanford store right now is selling quite a bit. Then we got another store in Lumberton that's doing very well.
Okay,
so,
very good.
Yeah, they're actually selling pretty well. I mean,
Now, does the free sandwich, does that extend? Which stores are covered by that?
it's going to be the store in Laurinburg, Hope Mills, Sanford, Ashboro. I think that's it for right now. Yeah, that
All
I
right.
know
So
of.
Laurinburg, Hope Mills,
Sanford, and Ashboro.
and Ashboro.
Yeah.
If you're in any of those areas tomorrow, what's the date tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the 23rd.
23rd of October. Stop by Zaxby's, get that free sandwich. Tell them it's on Hector,
It's on me, man. It's on me.
and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
I ask you every week, every now and again, you hit me with a surprise like
I
that.
have to.
I didn't know we were
I
talking
gotta-
about free sandwiches.
I got to keep it fresh, man.
All right, I like it. Very good. All right, we will be back on the other side, and Stewart Forbes from First Bank will be here to give away some hardware.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
For online banking made easy, there's only one choice, First Bank. Online banking, checking accounts for business and family to fit every need, including mobile banking, no-fee traveler's checks and money orders, and so much more. First Bank is conveniently located on Spring Lane, South Corner, and Sanford, and North Main and Broadway. First Bank is your progressive community bank.
Hi, I'm David Bashee. Here at First Bank, I feel like we've got all the right people in the right place to serve your banking needs now and in the future.
Welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris DeLambert. I'm joined by the inimitable Stewart Forbes from First Bank. We thank First Bank for their sponsorship every year. You guys have been a partner with WBFT for forever. Longer than I can remember.
We've been a long time, but we're glad to do it.
Very good. Very good. We've got some trophies to give away. Gentlemen, are you nervous? Because normally there's, adult supervision and the coach comes with you. You guys going to be able to handle this on your own? All right, very good. So the game this weekend, big win. You guys got out to shoot a little slow. Union Pines, did you guys expect to see that tight formation they ran out of early?
We went through a lot of their stuff in practice because, we always go through the opposing teams' plays and whatnot in their formations just to make sure that we're prepared for the game. So when they came out and a lot of the stuff that they were coming out in, we were mentally prepared. But physically, I think we could have done better in the first half, as you could see with the score and whatnot. But I'm proud with the outcome of what came out of the game.
Did you guys ever get nervous? I mean, you haven't been down very often this year, and they jumped out. It was senior night, so the place was rocking. And, I had to do a double take. I'm like, is it really 6-0? How did this happen? But you guys, 4 plays later, had taken the lead.
Yes, sir. just trying to stay focused and next play.
What was the conversation with Coach Purdue on the sideline when you guys went down 6-0?
Just keep our heads up.
Okay.
Just keep playing. Just next play. Just forget those pounds.
All right. Now, at the end of the first half, Union Pines had a total of 36 yards offense, which is a great job by the defense. But you guys have given up 65 yards in penalties.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've heard that, or you've been talked to about that?
Yeah, they was on it. It was definitely the first time we had done anything like that. A lot of it was, just simple, silly stuff, offsides and whatnot, and face masks, which we definitely are going to work on.
Yeah, I think 3 face mask penalties altogether.
Yeah, 3 face masks, I think so. And those are very unnecessary, as our coaches told us even during halftime. So we really got to get that together going forward, especially coming in now. These are our last few games in this playoffs. We can't have that type of stuff in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time on the air, and people that run into me and want to talk about Lee County football all the time. And you guys, sky's the limit, but you're going to have to clean it up because the competition's going to get stiffer and stiffer. How hard is it? I ask your coaches this all the time, and I get the same sort of answer. But I want to know from you. You guys are looking down at the schedule. You've got Triton this week. And I know you're going to give me the canned answer. We're going to play one game at a time. We're not going to look past Triton. But Southern Lee is out there undefeated in conference as well. And you guys are going to close the conference schedule with them in a game that we all hope is 2 undefeated teams in conference play. I know you guys are aware of that.
Yes, sir.
What do you do to not look past Triton?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm already looking past Triton. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest.
Tell the coach in here.
I'm not shading on Triton. I'm really not. I watched their film. They're a pretty good team, and I give them their props. Honestly, I do. Never down the team, never get too cocky. But the way I see it, because one of my coaches, Coach Wilson, shout out to him, because he really opened my eyes. He said, from now on, you gotta play like it's championship or bust. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking past Triton. I'm going to play the game. I'm going to play it hard. I'm going to give it all I got, and hopefully praying to God we come out with a win so we can stay undefeated. But you got to remember, there's somebody out there that's coming, that's ready to go harder, faster, and stronger. So you got to look past them. You got to play on a higher level. So Coach told us you can't play down to your competition. So that's what we're doing. We're not playing down to our competition. We're keeping our goals high, and we're going straight ahead with our goals.
How do you feel?
I just take it game by game.
You're not willing to say you're looking past Triton?
I don't look past it, no. I just take it game by game.
Well, that's a good philosophy to have, but it's the murmurs about this have been warming as we've gone through. You guys got out of the chute quickly. Southern sort of stubbed their toe, but they kind of got right at the right time. And with the construct of this conference, I think a lot of folks like me looked at it on paper coming in this year and figured, look, there's 3 teams that have any shot at winning this thing. It's Lee County, Southern Lee, and Union Pines. And Union Pines is just having a down year. So I think this is the year for you guys to, conceivably go into that undefeated, but both teams got to do their part. We wish you guys best of luck. What do you see specifically from Triton when you've watched film on them?
They're hard players. They're not the best team. I would say that they're not the best team, but judging, they can't hurt you. And judging from how they run their plays, these guys, they want it. No matter what their record is, no matter what's going on in the game, they want it.
Well, and you realize with the way you guys have been in the program long enough to know, Terry Sanford used to be the big bad dog on the block. Week in and week out, they got everybody's best shot, because no matter what happened in your season, if you managed to knock off Terry Sanford, it was a success. You guys do realize that you're wearing that target on your chest now, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
To be honest, I feel like we've worn that target on our chest since forever, really. I feel like we've had that target for a while now, because even my freshman year, we did pretty well. And the farthest we've gotten in the playoffs is the Elite 8, which is why I'm shooting for higher this year. But even in the regular season, there was always these teams, and you could tell that every team that played us, they were ready to play us because they wanted to be the team that said they could take down Lee County. They took us down, and that's why I feel like we've always had that target. That's why I'm not so much worried about it, because I have so much confidence and faith in my team, because I've seen what we can do, and I know that there's more of this to come. So.
Well, those folks down there in Triton, this season has not gone surely as well as they would have hoped. And I assure you that they'll be looking at you on their schedule thinking this could be a season-saving win. You guys do your part. If you play your game, I don't think they can beat you, but you guys clean it up and start getting ready, geared up for the playoffs, which are inevitable. We're excited to see how far this can take you guys. Stewart, we've got some free chickens and some $25 Zaxby's gift cards. And we hope to see you guys back at some point before the end of the season. But one way or the other, best of luck this weekend and best of luck as we move through the rest of the season. I will be doing the Southern League game for television this week, but I will be tracking you guys on Max Preps. So I'll be there with you in spirit. Good luck, guys.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You've been watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show, the Lee County portion. We'll be back with Southern Lee in just a moment.
For online banking made easy, there's only one choice, First Bank. Online banking, checking accounts for business and family to fit every need, including mobile banking, no-fee traveler's checks and money orders, and so much more. First Bank is conveniently located on Spring Lane, South Corner, and Sanford, and North Main and Broadway. First Bank is your progressive community bank.
Hi, I'm David Bashee. Here at First Bank, we feel like we've got all the right people in the right place to serve your banking needs now and in the future.
For decades, residents of Lee County have trusted First Health of the Carolinas to provide quality health care to the Sandhills region. First Health is excited to expand services offered in Lee County with the opening of the new First Health Lee campus located at 2919 Beech Tree Drive in Sanford. The newest First Health campus includes a 25,000 square foot fitness center with an indoor walking track, saltwater pool, weight area, cardio equipment, Les Mills group exercise classes, and so much more. Also offered within the fitness center are physical therapy and cardiac rehabilitation services. The 40,000 square foot medical office building includes a primary care practice, convenient care, outpatient imaging and laboratory services, back and neck pain, and a variety of surgical specialties. For more information about the new First Health Lee campus, visit our website at www.firsthealth.org or call 1-800-213-3284.
Welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris DeLambert. With me, offensive coordinator for the Southern Lee Cavaliers, Lonnie Cox. Coach Cox, what's going on?
How's it going, man?
It's good.
It's good to be back.
It's good. Good. Got wins by both Lee County teams this weekend. You guys move into your penultimate conference game this weekend. First of all, let's take we'll reflect a little bit on the game with Triton this weekend. What stuck out to you about those guys down at Triton?
Well, one thing that I saw on film, which you don't see a lot in high school football. There are a lot of teams out there right now that just don't play good defense, but watching film and even during the game against Triton, I thought they played defense very well. Coach Penny over there does a great job with his defense. They were big up front, which gave us problems. But, we've been a team all year at Southern Lee that's been able to play good defense and run the football well. And while we haven't put up the numbers and the points that we would have liked to put up, we've been a team that's grinded the whole year. And we've been able to score when we needed to and play good defense and keep people from scoring. And, while our games haven't been blowouts, we've been able to find a way to win the football game.
Yeah, those wins don't count anymore if they're by 1 point or if they're by 40. Really doesn't make a lot of difference when it's all said and done. Now, Western Hornet, this is a team you and I talked before the show. Western Hornet, no matter what their record is, always trots out a handful of athletes that jump off the film at you. What are you seeing from Western Hornet?
Well, when you first turn on the film, you're like, man, I don't begin to understand how this team is 2-6. Like we've already talked about, Western Hornet always has a wealth of athletes, and they're very well coached. But the one common theme that I've seen about Western Hornet the whole year is they'll drive all the way down the field on teams, and then they'll turn the football over. Looking back at the game against Lee County, there were several times that Western Hornet drove down the field on them, and then they would turn the ball over. When you're playing a team like Lee County, you can't afford to turn the ball over any at all. Coach Bordeaux does an extremely good job on offense, and if you give teams like Lee County the ball back, they're going to turn around and shove it down your throat. And before you know it, they're up by 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Now you sound like you're pretty well locked in on this Western Hornet game. I want to see if you're willing to be as candid as the 2 guys from Lee County we just had. Everybody in this county is looking past this weekend's games, and they're looking at 2 teams from Lee County High and Southern Lee, that are undefeated in conference play. Both teams handle business this weekend. It brings up a matchup of undefeateds in the Brick City Bowl to determine the Tri-County Conference. First of all, is there any part of your being that's looking past this week to Lee County?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't even say 0.5%. You know, just like I told you the last time I was on here, we always tell the kids, what's the most important game? It's the next one. We cannot afford to overlook a team like Western Hornet because, you know, like we've already talked about, they have a wealth of athletes. They have just as good of athletes as we do, and they throw the football well at times. You know, all it takes is for 1 or 2 plays, they throw it over the top of our heads, and now we're in a football game with them. You know, the biggest thing for us is, and, you know, we tell the kids this every day, focus on the next play, focus on the next game. Don't overlook anybody looking towards the next game. I think it would be an incredible opportunity for our kids at Southern Lee to play in a conference championship game, but we got to beat Western Hornet first. And so they're our only focus. You know, I'll be honest with you. We have not looked at Lee County on film yet. And whereas most coaches would try to look ahead, try to get an edge, we're focusing on Western Hornet. We want to get in the conference championship. If you make it to the dance, you can always dance with the prettiest girl, but we got to make it to the dance first.
Very good. So you guys began the season with a carousel at quarterback, and it was a little bit of Tay Flack, a little bit of Thomas Harrington, and as time has gone on, and to start with, it was probably a little more heavy toward Tay Flack. Now, as you've rotated on, Flack has played less and less quarterback and lined up more and more at other positions, whether it's in the backfield as a running back or as a receiver. Talk about how that's evolved and what it means for your offense.
Well, you know, any good offensive coordinator or any offensive coordinator that understands the game of football knows that, you know, if you're going to be a triple option team like we are, you've got to be able to show people that you can throw the football, or they're going to lock you in man coverage and they're going to be able to roll extra people down in the box, which would make it difficult for us to run the option like we want. By having Tay and Tanoa both the receivers on opposite sides of the field, it presents some people with some problems. You know, just like Triton Friday night. You know, we kept noticing that their play side safety was rolling down to help account for the pitch on the triple option, and you know, we kind of trained him up. We kept watching him roll down. He's coming straight to pitch. And, you know, the second score of the game, we throw a post route, the replacement to Tanoa. But in order for us to be able to do that, you got to have athletes there that can catch the football. Early on in the season, you know, people were daring us to throw the ball, and we just flat out couldn't execute. And so, you know, as a coaching staff, you're like, man, you know, if we don't present an ability to be able to pass the ball, then our options no longer going to work. So having those 2 out there have helped us tremendously in terms of trying to develop our passing game. And then the other thing is, you know, there are times when Flack is still at quarterback for us because he's an athlete as well, man.
Yeah,
he's one of the better athletes I've ever coached in my career. And anytime you can get the ball in one of your best athletes' hands, they got a chance to make something happen with it.
Very good. So, schematically, what do you expect to see from Western Hornet this weekend?
Well, honestly, I don't know. You know, on film, offensively, they've been in 2-back. They've been in complete spread. You know, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they showed up at Southern Lee on Friday night and came out and empty. Defensively, they're a 3-3 stack, but to help play our triple option, we think they're going to come out in a 5-man front, bare front, stack their backers, and play some type of cover 3 or man 3 on us.
All right, well, big ball game coming up. We will be back after this quick break with your players of the game from last week, and we'll give away some more chicken. You're watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show with Chris DeLambert. We'll be right back.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
Shop our inventory online at us1cdj.com.
All my sales, service, and finance has been done here at US One. They are great guys to work with.
And I can honestly say that in every aspect of the process, I was included, I was respected, and I would highly recommend coming to give them a try.
I have shopped US One for over 20 years. Ranger Happy and I enjoy it, and we love this place.
Real prices, real people. Get the real deal
at US One. Welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris DeLambert, Coach Lonnie Cox. We're rejoined by Stewart Forbes from First Bank, and with us, Rodney Ingram and Caleb Medlock, two of my favorite Cavaliers. So, Mr. Ingram, I have said on air before that there are a lot of things I feel like I could do football-wise at my age. One of the reasons I wouldn't be willing to strap it back on is to try and tackle you coming through the hole. You run angry. Are you an angry guy? No? All right. I tell you what, it's a joy to watch you run, because you seem to run to contact in a day and age where everybody wants to run away and move laterally. You're looking to put a hat on somebody and keep on moving forward. It's a joy to watch you run. 22 for 135 this weekend? You going to do that again this week? Very good. And Mr. Medlock, been watching you run around the campus of Southern Lee tackling people for forever. So you are the team's captain, the guy. What kind of responsibility does that carry in your eyes?
You just gotta lead the team to victory. You know, just be the leader that you want. You know, just set an example. You gotta set an example.
Anytime somebody engages me in the conversation about Southern Lee here for the last couple of years, your name ends up in the conversation. And I tell them the same thing. You take as good of angles to the football as anybody I've ever seen. And for somebody that is not the largest guy out there, I don't know how you create so much leverage. Where did you learn that?
Well, actually, when Coach Lippert was here, he told me to wrestle.
Okay.
Actually, wrestling taught me to get great leverage. And playing football since I was 5, I learned how to tackle pretty well.
All right, very good. Well, we wish you guys the best of luck this weekend. I would ask you if you're looking ahead toward Lee County, but you're going to give me a canned answer because Coach is sitting here with you. But, hey, you guys handle your business at Western Harnett. I'll be there on site, and I want to leave happy. Is that fair? All right, very good. Thanks, guys. Coach, you got any more comments about these two superstars?
Well, Caleb, you know, we tell our seniors every day, you've only got so many games, left promised to you. But, since I've been at Southern Lee, Caleb has had an infectious attitude, not only on our upperclassmen, but, I'm already seeing him do some good things. I've watched him take several of our freshmen under his wing already, and he's already teaching them the Cavalier way. And, that speaks a lot to his character. Caleb's a program guy. And, while he wants to win the first conference championship in the school's history, he's already trying to set the stage for what could become an every year thing. But he's got a tremendous work ethic. Some guys go out there and play football because their mom and dad wants them to. Some guys go out there and play football just because they like it. Caleb Medlock plays football because he loves it. And you can tell it in everything that he does on a daily basis. Rodney's only a sophomore, and he took some quality reps on the varsity football team as a freshman at running back, and he's getting better every single day. I tell Rodney all the time, keep doing the little things right. We're going to get you stronger in the weight room, but Rodney runs with an incredible balance and power, and there's been times this year where I've watched him just bounce off of tackles and get 3 or 4 extra yards. I mean, if I went back and did the stats, I would like to know how many yards he gets after that first hit. But Rodney's a great kid. He's another he's a kid that you want to build your program around. I mean, he's not only a great football player, but he's a kid that shows up to class on time, has good grades, and he's got an incredibly bright future ahead of him as long as he stays on the right track.
Well, it makes your job easier because on 3rd and 1, All I got to do is put it in his belly, right?
And he'll look at me and say, "Give me the ball right now," and he'll finish
what can
the job.
I do to get you out of the gun on 3rd and short, man? It kills me. It drives me nuts. But that's a discussion for another day. All right, before we roll, we got to give away some hardware. Caleb, this isn't the first time you've been out here and gotten one of these, is it?
No, sir.
I was going to say.
Caleb, congratulations.
And Rodney, that's the first of many, so we'll be seeing you here for the next couple of years. It's very good. All right. Anything you like to add, Coach?
Like I said, everybody in this town is talking about the potential matchup between Southern Lee and Lee County for the conference championship. I'm going to be Nick Saban again. It's rat poison. I ask these kids all the time, what's the most important play? The next one. So, we're going to focus on Western Hornet, try to handle our business, and then this weekend we'll get ready for the Yellow Jackets.
All right, very good. College football. I'm going to ask you, if I was taking a bet right now, would you take Bama or the rest of the country for the national championship?
I don't think there's anybody in the country, especially after watching the Ohio State Buckeyes
Don't talk about that game, please.
get dismantled by Purdue this weekend.
Let's not talk about that
I think
game,
it's
please.
Alabama and then everybody else.
All right, well, here's the last question. We'll close with this. Tua hadn't thrown a pass in the 4th quarter yet. Is he a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate? The national talking heads seem to think that he's a lock, and I think that's heresy, that this kid hadn't been pushed, hadn't played the 4th quarter, and might walk away with the Heisman. What are your feelings as an offensive guy?
Well, there's more things that go into being a Heisman, other than throwing the football. But I think at the end of the day, you do have to look at that, and you do have to look at all those stats and find out who the best player in the country is, no matter, what team they're on.
All right, good stuff. All right, this has been the Zaxby's Coaches Show. I'm Chris DeLambert. I want you to remember you can find me every Wednesday. The podcast is From the Cheap Seats with Chris DeLambert, Brandon Atkins. Check it out, download it, find it on the radio, whatever. It's worth the listen, I promise. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Thanks for watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show, only on WBFT. Brought to you by First Bank. And by Zaxby's Friends Family Flavor with your host, Chris DeLambert, only on the WBFT NFHS Sports Network.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
For online banking made easy, there's only one choice, First Bank. Online banking, checking accounts for business and family to fit every need, including mobile banking, no-fee traveler's checks, and money orders, and so much more. First Bank is conveniently located on Spring Lane, South Corner, and Sanford, and North Main and Broadway. First Bank is your progressive community bank.
Hi, I'm David Bashee. Here at First Bank, I feel like we've got all the right people in the right place to serve your banking needs now and in the future.